Hi Elwood, this is Hatton from KristenMaries.com. Welcome to your first cooking and demonstration video. I want to just jump right in, so I want to introduce Dr. Toni Hatton, also my mother. She's a vision and mindset expert. So I brought her on this video because one of the things I explained to you on the phone the other day was that you can change over your diet, but if you don't change over your mindset about food as well, then you're really defeating the whole purpose of changing your diet in the first place.
Absolutely. I totally agree, Kristen, because, hi Elwood, by the way, Dr. Toni Hatton, as Kristen said, vision and mindset expert means I help people to see beyond what they're looking at and also align their mind with their goals. Your mind is your driver. Everything you do starts with a thought. And if we don't address the thoughts, if we don't capture the thoughts and align the thoughts with these new goals, see, you physically and consciously have these goals, but there's another thing going on in the background. That's called the subconscious mind. And we make our decisions throughout our entire day based on our subconscious mind. So why not address the driver, right? So when it comes down to mindset, you have to reprogram your mind for success, for health and wellness success. So I'll be sharing some information with you, during this video today about what to do with your mind. First of all, it starts with getting clear as to why you want to reach these health and wellness goals. Why did you hire Kristen to support you with this new life that you're creating for yourself? And your why has to be more than I want to feel a certain way, I want to be a certain size, I want to be able to fit in a certain outfit or whatever. Your why has to be deeper, because that's what's going to anchor you in when the challenges and the obstacles come up, right?
And they will come, because changing the way you eat is not easy. It can be fun, it can be entertaining, it can be easy for some, but for most people it's not. Because you're literally trying to change something that you've had since you were a child.
Yes.
So
yes, and that takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of mental effort. See, you're going to shift your effort here. You're not going to put forth all of that physical energy you've been putting forth to try to reach these goals. Now you're going to go inside and deal with the internal man. So when we talk about it takes mental effort, you got to develop a mental muscle for this. Meaning you got to have some tools, some mental tools in place. That's what I share with my clients all of the time. We have mental tools in place to reach our goals. What are mental tools? Your affirmations, your health and wellness affirmations. What are you saying to yourself first thing in the morning? Just like you dress your body every single day, you wouldn't run out the front door without any clothes. You have to also clothe your mind. You have to dress your mind every single day for success. Think about that, Elwood. So I'll be sharing some information with you about the mindset piece, but you want to start creating an affirmation for your goals. What is it that you want to accomplish? Create a list of those goals, those affirmations, and repeat them every single morning before you even start, before your stomach gets hungry, before your mind starts leading you to eat and consume things, whether they're healthy or unhealthy. You have to remind your mind of your why. Why do you want to be healthy? Is it because you want to live longer? Is it because you want increased energy? Is it because you want to be there for your family's accomplishments and graduations and baby births and weddings, and you want to go on a vacation? Or is it because you want to enjoy life and you don't want anybody wheeling you around or pushing you around, or you don't want to have health issues that are preventing you from enjoying life? Think about that. So these are some deeper whys. I really want to get to the core of the why, because, for example, Kristen, I coach clients all of the time in the areas of health and wellness and vision and mindset, and entrepreneurs who want to do things because we have these physical conscious goals, meaning we verbally say things, but we don't mentally believe we can accomplish it. So there was one particular story about this lady, and they were talking about her why, and her why was she wanted to overcome cancer. Now that's a big why. That'll make you stop eating a candy bar, right? If you're going through cancer. That'll make you stop eating, pig's feet and hog knuckles and all that stuff, whatever people be eating. So you need a why that's really going to anchor you in, because like Kristen said, you're going to face these obstacles. So what's going to jolt you back to your health and wellness goals, to what you said with your mouth? What's going to pull you back? What's going to really snatch you back when your mind is saying you can't do this, nobody's ever accomplished this, it's going to be too difficult, or you deserve to have that piece of cake? What's going to really pull you back to reality and to what you've invested in yourself through Kristen, and you've had, different health and wellness investments. You've invested in yourself through information and resources and doctors and things like that. So what's going to keep you aligned with that particular goal? So that's what we're talking about when we talk about mindset.
Right. So it's a very important aspect of switching your diet, which I actually don't like to call diet. I like to call it a lifestyle change, because it's not some fad that you're going to be doing for like the next 3 weeks, and then you're going to go back to eating a certain way. You want to switch over your lifestyle, and with that included, you want to switch over your mental mindset. You want to switch over your food. You want to switch over your associations. There are a lot of different things that you want to switch over in your life when you switch over how you eat.
Right.
So within these weekly videos, we'll be sharing some tips and things that you can actively do alongside changing your food. One of the first things I wanted you to do was to go through your cabinets. After you watch this video, go through your cabinets and throw out the food that you think is sabotaging the way you eat. Read labels. That's one of the things when we go to the market, we're going to be reading a lot of labels. If you can't pronounce, or you've never heard of a certain ingredient, just throw it out. Don't even eat it. I rarely have things in my house that have like over 100 ingredients. Like it's
that's ridiculous.
A lot of the things that I bring into the house are fresh, seafood, fresh meats, fresh produce. And one of the things about eating fresh is you can impart more flavor into fresh food as opposed to canned and frozen and things like that.
And because it's fresh, it has its own flavor. It tastes great anyway. You're just going to enhance it with whatever you add to it. But I definitely wanted to highlight when you talked about, when you were sharing with Elwood about going into the cabinet, make a non-negotiable decision. Don't waffle back and forth. Don't say, well, I really like this, or this is my favorite, or I've been eating this for so long, or I just bought this and I can't throw it away. Give it away. There are so many organizations that love canned goods and need canned goods and processed whatever, non-perishables, so to speak. So give it away, but your health is your priority. And this is a part of the change. This is a part of the mental change that you have to make, because it's difficult, Kristen, to have a goal and be conscious and say, this is what I want to accomplish with my life. It feels good. It sounds good. When you think about it, you get excited. But there are other factors involved with you reaching this goal. Your environment. Your environment can be as addictive as the things in it.
Right.
So if you got these new goals, and you take your new goals and you put them in the old environment, the old Elwood's lifestyle, you're just sabotaging what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So you have to change your environment, meaning going throughout your cabinets, going throughout your refrigerator, and here's the rule of thumb. Ask yourself, when you pick up an item that you used to consume, ask yourself, is this going to help me reach my new goals? Right. And automatically, you don't have to say, well, I don't know if I should get rid of that.
There should be no if, ands, or buts. You either you know or you don't know. Like, there is no in between.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's one of the easiest things to do. Like, you go into the market and you look at that donut, you're like, I know this ain't good for me.
I automatically know.
You don't look at a donut and say that's healthy.
You don't have to pray about it.
Exactly.
You don't have to concentrate.
So
you don't have to call nobody.
Honest with yourself when you do decide to eat something.
That's what I mean when I say that.
Along those lines, one of the things I did want to mention are the 5 whites, and this is something when we start cooking together and visiting different places, we want to know what they are, but we also want to know alternatives to them. The 5 whites, including white sugar, white flour, white bread, white pasta, and white rice.
Yes.
We try to stay away from those because literally they have no nutrients.
Right.
They bloat the body. They make you sluggish. The sugar thing especially, I deal with that. Like when I have sugar, you know, you get that high for a second, and then the next thing you know, you want to go to sleep. Exactly.
And, you know, you can't even finish your day, whether you're working or with friends, and you got more day left and no energy.
Right. And it's crazy because a lot of the food that is mass produced is made from the 5 whites.
Yes.
So, but the great thing about that is that there are plenty, I mean, this is the year 2017, there are plenty of alternatives to those. Like, I mean, we don't even eat white rice anymore.
Or buy white bread.
Exactly.
We buy, you know, women, let me back up. We buy white bread and we feed it to the ducks.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yes, that's the only time
and that's when we eat bread.
Right.
I mean, because I love a sandwich.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily always have to have bread.
Yeah, because even restaurants now sell sandwiches without the bread.
You can get a burger with no bread.
Yeah.
And they wrap it in lettuce, and you get the same flavor. You may not feel as sluggish because you don't have the bread. You know, that works for people who are gluten free.
Right.
It works for people who have no problems with bread, who just don't
or who want to balance their blood sugar, because when Kristen's talking about the 5 whites, Elwood, what she's talking about is they turn immediately into glucose sugar. They don't have enough fiber in them or the phytonutrients to slow down the sugar rush. So they turn rapidly into sugar, and that spikes your insulin. And you definitely don't want to do that, because once the insulin is spiked, insulin is a storage hormone. Its job is to take the sugar from the food you just ate and store it in your cells. And that's why the cells plump up. That's why we all have fat cells. It's not like, oh my God, I need to get rid of this fat. No, you don't want to get rid of the fat cells. You want to stop plumping them up.
Right. Speaking of hormones and things like that, what are some supplements? Because on the phone the other day I mentioned to you that we can start cooking fruits and vegetables and you know, fresh meats and things like that, but the way the food is grown, the soil is not nutrient rich, and so you're still not getting the vitamins and minerals that you need to go about your everyday life. So what are some supplements, maybe some vitamins that he could go and purchase this week that would aid him in his new lifestyle?
Right. So you talk about that a lot. You have a favorite line that I love, and you say it's not what you're eating, it's what you're eating and not getting. That is important. So you could be eating and starving, and a lot of Americans are doing that. And what I mean by that is you're eating and consuming food that has no nutrients, or not the level of nutrients that your body needs, and your body is starving the whole time you're eating. You can eat and consume and be full, and the body still be starving because it doesn't have the level of nutrients that your body needs. So what you want to do is, when you invest in supplementation, nutritional supplementation, you want to make sure it's a whole food based vitamin. That means it is equivalent to food. Your multivitamin is equivalent to food. When you know that you have a natural multivitamin, because it'll say whole food based or whole food nutrition on the front of the label, and it'll also say you can eat it on with a meal or on an empty stomach.
Right. A lot of the mass-produced pills out here, what are they, coated in plastic?
Yes.
You can't eat them on an empty stomach because your body can't process them. What was it? A couple of years ago, you told me that the people who clean the sewers find all kinds of pills down there because your body, you're taking the pill and it didn't even break down. You didn't even get the nutrients from the pill that your doctor just prescribed you.
Yes.
So that is a very important aspect. Make sure when you are buying vitamins and minerals and things that
they are,
because I mean it's crazy. Even you think you're doing something good by going to buy vitamin C in the store, and you even have to be picky about what vitamin C you buy.
Because you have to be a conscious consumer.
50 pills in 30 days and not get a lick of vitamin C.
The only thing it'll do is change your urine yellow. Because it didn't release any nutrients, and like you said, there have been real stories about the guys that work in the sewage areas. They have push brooms, and they have to actually push the vitamins through the sewage system because it's backing up the system. People are passing them whole with the words, the brand name still on the vitamin. That means it is not breaking down. Your body is a living body, and living people need living food. So if we're consuming food-like product that is not living food, doesn't have the enzymes that your cells need, the phytonutrients, the vitamins and the minerals and the fiber, then it's like you said, plastic, synthetic, a lot of synthetic products. And just Google it. It's all on the internet. It's very knowledgeable now. You know, I'm really proud that Americans are, or you're hearing it more. People are becoming more health conscious.
Right. We're no longer living in a day where your doctor can say, hey, you need more vitamin C, and you go and just eat some oranges.
Yes.
You can't do that anymore because the oranges aren't going to give you what you need.
Yes.
So supplements and vitamins are very important, and we'll go into more detail with that later. One of the main things I was actually telling you earlier today that I think is one of the main ways to really learn how to cook and to like the food that you cook is to learn how to impart flavor into your food.
That's why people don't like healthy food.
Right.
Because they say it don't taste good.
They say it tastes like water or paper or just
cardboard,
grass,
wood chips on the playground.
Exactly. All this is just rabbit food. But it's really about changing the texture. Like I told you earlier, like when you go to a restaurant and you order a side of vegetables, they probably just steamed it and, maybe rolled it in some butter or salt and pepper. No one's gonna like that if you say, hey, you need to eat more broccoli or something like that. But like I'll show you in a few minutes, you can change the way the broccoli tastes to you. It's still broccoli, but you want to pull the flavors from the broccoli and you want to add more flavor to it. I mean, all the herbs and spices in the world, and there are certain things we still don't like because, I mean, we don't know how to use these herbs and spices and seasonings and things like that. Like, I love garlic. I'll put garlic on, everything. All kinds of oils will help with your food. So that's one of the things that that we'll be going through. Different herbs and spices, different ways to add flavor, different ways to bring the flavor out of food. I mean, all kinds of cooking techniques. We no longer have to just steam our vegetables. We can roast them, we can saute them, we can sear them,
Marinate.
Exactly. Marinate your vegetables overnight, and you can just, you can pull them out as you do day by day when you need them, and the flavor is already there.
And you have a saying, don't say you don't like something until...
I actually mentioned this to you on the phone the other day. I like to tell people to try something 3 times before you say you don't like it. Now for me, I don't like olives. I've tried olives more than 3 times, and I can't stand olives in my food. And
she'll pick them out.
I will. I will pick olives out of my food, and the same thing goes for peas. Now peas, I don't like them in their form, their beady form, but I had a pea soup that was actually very good. So I can say I don't like peas, but I will eat it if it's like pea soup. So just changing the way, changing the texture, changing the flavor, changing just different minor things about the food will help you incorporate, because I know that's like your main goal, you want to eat more vegetables, will help you incorporate, more vegetables into your diet.
That's awesome. That's a great way to do it, Elwood. I highly would suggest, because, being open, that's a part of the mindset piece as well. Say to yourself, I am open, I am willing, and I must. I am open, I am willing, and I must. And when you open yourself up, you just open yourself up to new ideas, new taste palettes, new strategies, new information, new recipes, because this is all about you. And I'm so excited that you've invested in yourself to get to this next level in your health and wellness. You have no idea who you can become. And that's what makes this so exciting, because you're tapping into your inner self and your inner greatness, your inner potential. You have the potential to become someone totally different, someone you've never known before. So get excited about that and just dive in. Watch the video, and I would suggest not to watch it just once, watch it again and again and again, because when we hear and see information the first time, it's on the surface. You have to embed that information into your subconscious mind through repetition. Just like on a spelling test when we were in school yesterday, Y-E-S-T-E-R-D-A-Y, we were walking around the house saying yesterday until it got in, and then when you took the test, you heard yourself say it. And that's the same thing you have to do with your affirmations, your newfound goals, and all of the other areas that you're trying to do that's new until it becomes a regular daily habit.
You want to throw away all your preconceived notions about the food that you do and you don't like, because we're going to play around with a lot of different things. So right now, I believe broccoli was one of the foods that you said you didn't
Here
like.
we go.
So I want to show you a quick demo of a different way that you can make broccoli, and try it out and let me know whether you like it or not.
Let's go to the kitchen.
All right. Hi Elwood, so right now we have some garlic, so we're just going to slice that really quickly. You want to leave it in a slice so that when you do eat your broccoli, you have a little bit of another texture with it. So about 3 cloves. I love garlic, so if you don't have a preference for garlic, you can add less, but it gives the broccoli great flavor. So now we have our sliced garlic. And we
So
have
what about the garlic? Should we leave it in that size? Is it optional? Can we crush it or dice it smaller? Does it matter?
Your garlic can be in any form that you like as long as you add it to the pan. I like it sliced because it gets a little crispy when you add it to the broccoli.
Oh yeah.
So, and here's an onion. We're just going to slice probably just half this onion for the amount of broccoli that we have. And you probably saw the way I did that. I cut the ends off the onion and cut it in half. Now normally people would go and slice the onion like this, but it's for texture reasons, I like to slice the onion like this. Because sometimes your onions can get soggy when you cut them a different way, and we want to keep that nice crunchy. So we have our onions and garlic here. Now, here's our broccoli. And we don't want to cut the broccoli into florets. We want to keep our broccoli big. So we're probably just going to slice it right here down the middle. So we have like this one nice steak looking piece, and then if the rest fall into florets, that's fine. So this one right here, we're just going to slice right down the middle. So the way you cut broccoli can also help with the texture of it. I like to give myself a nice surface so that when I do sear it in the pan, the sugars from the broccoli start to caramelize. So this is why I'm cutting it instead of just having regular broccoli florets as if you were going to steam it. I want to have enough surface area to get the color and the flavor that I want from the broccoli.
What about the broccoli florets? Can't you just cut them in half so they could be flat on one side just like you just did, right?
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Got it.
Okay, so into our pan that's heated a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to add in our onions and garlic.
Ow, don't pop me! I hate being popped with grease. Oh my God.
So you want your heat up so that you get a nice char
Interesting. Oh, that
on your
smells good already.
garlic and onions. You don't want to move it around too much because you want them to start to sear and caramelize. And the one thing I love about cooking my vegetables this way is that you don't have to cook them that long. That way they don't get overcooked and you still have nutrients from your vegetables. Because I mean, you can eat broccoli, but if you cook it for 2 hours,
that is so true.
you know, you're not really gonna benefit from it.
Yeah, all your nutrients are cooked out. The more you add heat to your food, that's true.
So as you can see, the garlic is starting to brown a little bit, and it's gonna get nice and crispy. So while that's still cooking, I'm gonna move it to the side a little bit.
Looks like a restaurant.
And I'm going to add in my broccoli flat side down so that can start to get a little bit of color.
And this was an awesome, like, if the broccoli was marinated, right?
Yes, that is another way. There are 50 million different ways to cook broccoli, you know? So we'll go through a lot of them. But once you start to become more familiar with different products and herbs and spices, you'll be able to do it on your own. So while that's getting seared, we're going to add a little bit of kosher salt. I use kosher salt, not iodized table salt. We're going to add in a little bit of cayenne pepper.
And sea salt is a great option as well because it has a lot of minerals, sea minerals. that will really benefit the body and, you know, keep the skin healthy and detox the body. What is this one?
Italian seasoning.
Italian seasoning. Ooh, that smells delicious.
Our broccoli. We're going to pause our onion a little bit. Get all that flavor in there. And as you can see, this piece of broccoli is starting to get some color on it. And this is what we want. So if you flip them up and they start to get colored, then you're doing a good job.
That smells delicious.
If you need to add a tad bit more oil to your pan, just so things don't stick, you can. Because this is not a bad oil.
It looks great. And you can add cayenne pepper to this. You can add sesame oil to this, right? Or what about a nice, healthy version of teriyaki sauce or something?
Oh, that'd be great. With some roasted salmon. And, yeah, that'd be awesome. So, we're getting some color in our broccoli, as you can see. So I'm going to just let this cook a little bit more and plate it up. And we'll see you in a second.
Awesome.
So we're back. We just finished making our broccoli dish, and I actually gave it to my mother. It's nice and plated. Everything. I don't know if you can see in the camera. Our broccoli is nicely caramelized, and we have our onions and garlic on the top. So my mom is gonna taste it. And
I'm gonna eat your broccoli. It's flavorful.
And
Broccoli does not taste like this, meaning by itself. When you buy it fresh, or if you eat it fresh in a salad, broccoli doesn't taste like this. This is potent. The flavors they jump out at you. I can taste, because you made it in a pot with the onion and garlic, so I can taste onion and garlic in here.
Right.
I taste even the Italian seasoning. This is delicious.
Right.
Especially when you're eating it with the onions and garlic, not just by itself.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that we're going to learn how to do when we start cooking, is to impart flavor into food. So hopefully she enjoys this. I know she will. And we will be back next week with another video, another cooking demo, and more tips to help you with your wellness journey.
Awesome, Elwood. So nice to meet you. I wish you well on your health and wellness journey. And stick with Kristen. She can teach you some stuff, and I know you're going to do well. Just get ready. Your recipe, your whole palate is going to change hanging out with Kristen.
So try this recipe and let us know what you think. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Awesome, Elwood. I'll see you soon.
Bye.